up and down all over the country, campaigning for your party. Still I can't get a job to mind me family. Some members living high and mighty, they have money banking overseas, but I'm still living in poverty. I tired have to complain, so never me again. Running up in sun and rain, because I have nothing to show. After 5 in a row, nothing to show. So I can't go no more. No, I have nothing to show. After 5 in a row, please don't come knocking on my door. For the last 20 odd years, they say they care, but still the house in repair. Oh, I have nothing to show. Ralphie, nothing to show. Gomery, I have nothing to show. After 5 in a row, I have nothing to show. So Boto, nothing to show. Camelo, I have nothing to show. So time to pack up and go. Oh. Ping pong, pitting it. Ah, boy. Ping pong, pitting it. I tell them the next election, I'm not riding the wagon. And don't look for me in the polling station. Politicians only love the money. Once they bank book and their pockets heavy, they don't care about you and me.
9 minutes, 30 seconds after 8 o'clock. What the date today is? The 26th. Well, tonight is the open forum, right? And the ULP defender, Mr. Glasgow. Good evening, Mr. Glasgow.
And good evening. And could you imagine, hear the tune that you know.
I play for you.
It's for me.
Yeah, I play for you. How was that one by Winston Sister play for your
get me
trade?
vexed.
But I don't know if you don't get vexed.
At the beginning, that is not nice.
Three people we don't get vexed easy in St. Vincent. You, Julian Francis, and a lady named Miss Shallow.
Well, I tell you, I
don't care why I don't get
even
vexed.
though you hear me laughing here, people, I am vexed with that tune.
We
decided to play for me.
Crocodile laugh.
Let me say a pleasant good night to all the listeners of WeFM. It's good to be here yet another time, and it's unbelievable that
imagine that. Just said that to you.
Yes, how time fly.
Wow.
This year is really going, and things has to be good, Kingsley, for the year to be flying like that. Yeah. Normally, when things are bad and hard, it's not going.
I agree with you, because there's only one cry baby in Simmons, right? It's Dove Howard.
Oh my.
Everybody is saying things nice.
It can't be that bad.
He's crying like a baby, I tell you, man.
This year is going like water flowing.
Yeah.
So it's good to be here yet another Tuesday night, the Open Forum. I just want to pick up a big supporter of mine from Layu Kingsley. Long time we have much out of Miss Joseph.
And I saw her husband yesterday.
Yeah.
You could imagine a man by the boot or Ansville. You know me? I said, boss, me really want to know the man. He said, I miss Joseph husband. I said, oh, you miss Joseph husband.
Really, big supporter. So
yeah.
Always listening.
Yeah.
And all the others,
he went on by. So wait, just in case she get worried, we be doing Ansville. He telling me he went on by his lane's hard way to buy some merchandise for the house. So if he tell you he been going anywhere, it's all they go. Yeah.
So we are here, and the Open Forum, remember, it's your program.
Definitely.
It's for you to talk about anything that you feel like, and remember, we're not entertaining any disrespect for anyone. We dealing with the issues, not with individuals, not personalities. So please, let us be clean. Let us have a good program, so that at the end of the day, all of us would be good and blessed.
But Glasgow, your party celebrated its 23 years in government on the 28th of this month. So we will have a discussion among the celebration and what you think. So first question we have to ask you, what is there to be celebrated by Vincentian after listening and paid attention to Ralph Gonsalves and the ULP over the last 23 years? I just press on the field that means that the answer.
Yeah, and like I said, that that song. I remember the last program. Somebody asked, where are we? He wonder where. So those of us who talk about the positive things and those good things that are happening, he wonder where are we living. He wonder, when he hearing, the things, and he wonder if we are living in the same island. And I'm asking the same question, because there are enough positive.
I have some right on here, but those are things that the international airport, housing, education, and minimum wage increase / people getting a little more because it's less than $50 a day you can pay them.
Several times.
You have anything else to add besides
the government has touched on to talk about the minimum wage, and that is one. This last one, when the Prime Minister talked about it in the Independence, I said, for me, that was it. That is the thing that I was really, really happy for, because I maintained that the gap between those workers who is up there and those below is too wide, because clearly even those who have at the higher end is complaining.
Somebody said to me to tell you that, well, you may say it's a good thing and it will have a positive effect. And person, she said to ask you, what do you think about people who run in a preschool? Because preschool is really like making the ultimate sacrifice of minimum cost. So she wanted to know if you think that enough was being considered, and for preschool teachers who are involved and working and trying to deal with the issue of the
Kingsley,
increased rate.
I maintain that no way anybody should be working in this country, and there must be a way of rectifying and making sure that if they have to increase the fee,
but I suggested that to her, and she said it's poor people in the subs area who apply her trade at our preschool, and if it's like passing on it to the parents.
Already, government is giving some assistance to preschool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, government do give assistance to preschool.
That is an option she could possibly to see.
Exactly.
Okay. So Ms. John, if you're listening, Glasgow is suggesting that the government does and may give some sort of assistance for people who are in a preschool like you.
Right? Yes. So, but I am of the view, Kingsley, that nobody should be working for less than $50 a day in this country. Because I was making the point, if those who is getting 100 is complaining $200 a day, they are complaining about.
But you're right, because a guy coming
times.
A guy coming with 2.3 window. Me ask him if he's the house, he ain't gonna be. He can charge you one time for 4. We don't break out with them in. But for just he to put them in. Can I price give me say, come back and check me later. We don't find somebody else, We find the boy for brother named Bill. Yeah, I'm crazy, man.
Yeah, so things are tight, as I said, for those persons who are collecting $200 a day, $300 a day who's working. So how come the person who is working for, how could they make it?
Yes. So you are celebrating the issue of the minimum wage increase.
Yes, that is a big thing. I believe it's a good thing. It is in the interest of the total development of the country. Because when somebody is working and they cannot make ends meet, Kingsley, then they're going to find other ways to make up the shortfall. Yeah?
Okay, just on the education revolution, do you think it's manifested itself since 2001?
Of course it has. I've known of a lot of persons, Kingsley, poor people, who is not poor anymore
Because of education.
because of that education revolution. Their children are now doctors, lawyers,
Yes.
engineers, and you name it. So, because of that, and that is the aim, that has always been the aim of the education revolution, to take people out of poverty.
So the motto for the ULP, no child shall be left behind. And when they say there should be at least one graduate in every home, you think we are on the way to achieve that?
We are on our way, if we haven't already done that, because of when you check the amount in one house,
Yes.
you understand, and you spread it across.
On an average.
On an average,
Yes.
we may well
Because, Grass,
be there already.
on our way down, I was thinking about a lady that you and I know quite well. And I said, look at that, yeah? She has 2 pilots in her family. One fly the plane, talk about cars with the children, and
Yes.
one do the boat.
Yes.
Those are 2 outstanding professionals.
Yes.
Outstanding.
In our community, Kingsley, before 2001, I didn't know of any medical doctor.
We got a whole family for Yvette to the medical thing now. When I go to that Glasgow, just because I know where the family come from and where they pay, I don't get better easy in time. When they say, them is Yvette children, them, my mind don't tell everybody get better one time. I just say, I feel so proud of them girls.
So you have in the Daphne,
Wow.
Gomez, Belair, you name it.
Yes.
We have medical doctors. When you go down to the hospital now, Kingsley, when you see those persons that you want to know, you don't believe, because when we were growing up, it was Asians.
Yes.
No,
but Glass, you're making a very good point, because when I was younger, my mother take me to Kingston. When I want to get a glimpse of America and Canada, I go by Barclays Bank. Pure straight people okay in there. No?
Yes.
It's only people like me, you.
In the hospital, as you said, it was white people, it was Asian, it was, you name it.
Yes.
Hardly any black person.
Change
Today, it is local people from our community.
Because the government provided that extra money by the Bank of St. Vincent in its former National Commercial Bank, where people get the disadvantage loan for persons who have the ability to come where they are but couldn't finance it.
Yes.
And that is a plus.
Yeah.
Another thing that's happening in St. Vincent that we should be grateful about, while I'm at a supporter of the ULP, we have to say what it is. 100% mortgage is the National Bank credit unions for the housing product has increased tremendously. And on shanty and thing, houses, quality houses.
Anybody who is permanently employed with the government or anywhere for public servants
have access.
If they do not have their own property, the Prime Minister will say that, and when he say they have to be worthless.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Young
it
police
is because,
officers,
you understand, because
teachers.
He has put things in place.
Yeah, just come with your plan. Yeah, you want to build a house? Come with your structure in place. We will finance it 100% for you.
100% mortgage is available to you.
Yeah, I think that is,
and it is not for ULP. It is for every Vincentian.
And the AIA, Sir James did an MMM study. Used to tell Jerry George, find it where that the early project. Ralph Gonsalve, in the height of the economic downturn, Ralph Gonsalve go to all the ends and nooks and crannies to build the airport, and it is so far doing very, very well.
I believe, Kingsley, that alone
put propel and back into the office.
That
Glasgow is over 200 people working there, and as from Monday, there are additional persons working there, because as quickly say, build it and they're going to come. The airport propel Sanders investors, they're here, and Sanders investors propel JetBlue to come. So it's happening. Quick, good night. Build it and they will come. And there is a manifestation. Mondays at the airport in St. Vincent and Grenades is like a Wednesday. We have the Canada. And hey, those people who is like Ralph Gonsalve, what are you playing that long? I am at the top of my voice. God bless Ralph Gonsalves. It's the first time I see 3 planes coming here. America, Canada, and Virgin. It happened today and it's happening tomorrow. All because of the vision of Ralph Gonsalves. So we have to talk things as it is.
That alone. And I maintain that because of NDP approach and the behavior towards that project.
Come and say some little flights going to land out there. Remember that?
I hear the supporters army base for Cuba
Ken say that
some military
peanut
aircraft is what is going to land out there. It wasn't a serious project. It wasn't, it wasn't
Dr.
real.
Matthias, Rudy Matthias made an error some time ago, a couple of years ago. And they take him to task because he choice of word was not really right. I can repeat it there. And the NDP beat upon him, but Dr. Matthias stood his ground. He was in charge of building the airport. The airport is out there and it is functioning as we speak. Over 300 employees work at the airport. And as I say, from Monday, additional 50 or 55 going on. Because
it wasn't to be Kingsley.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, one of the supporters wished that a tsunami.
Oh, yes. Good night to all the kings and them. Yeah, whether it's Adrian King.
No, they never supported the airport.
Yeah,
Never did.
Patrice, good night too.
It is Leacock came at the end and said it's a miracle.
Yeah, you know, I hear Leacock tell you this morning mentioning something, but I have to speak as it is. Leacock said, what we see out there is no less than a miracle. Leacock, in my opinion, supported the airport.
After it finished?
Well, we gotta see what he supported.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, last week I made a commentary here, and going to be so good to Dougie the Freitas. Dougie, I still maintain my position. I can remember my friend and Glasgow friend, now this used to say that the leader of the opposition is Anna Yusuf at the time, and the first vice president was Patel Matthews, Sulus, and the second vice president is the Honorable Sinclair Laker. Dr. Friday came and become the leader of the ULP, which I think it should have been Sinclair Laker.
The NDP.
The NDP. I'm so in love with the ULP for the Now, I can't imagine you have an elder statesman like Sinclair Laker, quiz experience and do a relatively good job. He have report to Nature. Nature is the first vice president.
Like, for whatever reason,
there's a laughing stock.
as you recognize, you know, the elderly statesman and so on, Kingsley, but for whatever reason, you know that he's not embraced by the hierarchy of the NDP and the big supporters, the big sponsors and so on and so forth. For whatever reason, I don't know. I
don't know
if you.
Me can't tell Glasgow for say.
But that is a fact. That is a fact. He's not.
He's not endorsed by the ranks.
No.
Yeah.
No. For whatever reason, I don't know the reason.
You little black boy stop in the background.
Yeah. For whatever reason, he is not supported by the rank and file.
So people hear you speak about the affirmative of the housing product. We elaborate with the issue of the 100% mortgage at the Bank of Simpson Green. That is a fact. The education revolution is being where more Vinicians are becoming professional with the issue of minimum wage.
Yeah.
Some people say
the low income homes. There we go. Low income homes.
What about those who have no income?
Well,
our friend who got here.
Again,
his activism bring him one. But he deserves it.
Again, and these are the things that impress me about this government. As I said, it is about that social part that take care of those people who Kingsley, they would have worked harder. Work harder than, and it hurts me at times when I hear people
I might never have accomplished anything.
Exactly. Fortunately for them, they find themselves in a good job and so on, and they're able to, build and so on and so forth. But people who work much harder than them in stone quarry,
but Glasgow,
killing the soil.
All I have to think back is look at the housing stock in 2001 and look at where it is today. Construction has been a boom. Everybody wants to build a little thing here and everywhere. And as you say, government create the incentive for no income, low income and houses, and at the banks that you and I could go and say, well, I have this land, this is my plan, I want to build a house. Could you finally please complete me 100%? The answer is yes. Right, Lovon? That's what you got yours on too, right? Yeah, okay.
Make available by the ULP
Yes.
government
Yes.
in the interest of poor people.
And I hope people could get involved in the conversation and put aside the partisan, because what we mentioned here is a fact. It's
Yes.
facts.
Yes. You know,
That created.
at one time, I was told that, you know, I'm speaking from the script that is given to me. Never was ever a script given to me.
Well, they could say, I write one for you tonight.
Kingsley.
Yeah.
But
nonsense.
those are the facts.
Facts are facts.
You understand? And you could come and talk about them because they are there for everybody to see.
Yeah, they manifested themselves right there.
So who is that Calypsonian that sing that song there?
Well, yeah. How come? I'm going to tell you.
Tell him I'm vexed.
5 in a row, nothing to show.
You need to check it again. You know, no, there is a lot.
Yeah.
There is a hell of a lot. and you know, we can't run away from, you know, those facts. The bridge over Joy River, Kingsley.
Well, God bless his soul, his memory. It's Keith, what's his thing? Chief engineer.
Yes.
E.G. Lynch, my friend, God bless his soul. Do you say, Kingsley, it's a damn building out there. That goes so much. Well, E.G. Lynch done gone so much years, but he damn still out there. And if he ain't careful, and they're going over the river, you don't even know they reach over.
They fail to support
Imagine that.
every
linking one
major
part
project that this government undertook.
And that is why I keep saying to the NDP, you can't beat up on things that Vincent can benefit in, because you see it manifesting itself. Some of them have the obsession and the hate for Ralph Gonsalves. That's all they could take about. Ralph Gonsalves party leading and he doing that. But as you said earlier, it's for Vincentian, not for Ralph Gonsalves. Ralph Gonsalves, my mother told me, was a privileged child. Never went to school barefoot. Yeah, we seem to have a caller. Good evening. Guys, we have any headphones?
No.
I don't have on mine either. So if you post not here, me
Caller, good evening.
Hello. Yes, good evening, gentlemen. Mr. Glasgow, Mr. Kingsley.
Yeah, Mr. Kirby.
Welcome to
good evening.
the Open Forum.
Yeah, the first time I've actually called in, I just send voice notes. But I want to put a bit of things in perspective, especially for Mr. Kingsley. I mean, I listen to him every week, and he usually brings forward a lot of stuff.
Thank you.
Some in contradiction. So I'm just gonna let you know. So I moved to Antigua 3 years ago. I'm gonna draw down some stuff for you, and you can make your own determination.
Yeah.
And you can let me know what you think at the end. Now, Antigua is a country that has the Citizen by Investment program. And I really wanted to use this as an example that St. Vincent doesn't do Citizen by Investment program, but I'm going to lay out a few pointers for you, and you can do your determination afterwards.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to first start off with the top part, with some extras from a pay slip that I usually get when I come up here.
Yeah.
You get paid every fortnightly. Now, these are the deductions that comes out. It can vary, depends on service charge and whatever. So Social Security, you pay $197 per fortnight.
Yes.
Medical benefit, $102. Education levy, $40. Union dues, which is mandatory, $20. Health insurance, $86. So those are mandatory deductions.
Yes.
That has to come out of your salary every fortnight.
Wow.
Now, I'm going to give you one thing. I know you like to talk about NS as well. And the NS, I know back in St. Vincent, if I go on a sick leave, it takes me about a week or two before they issue me payment for sick leave. Yeah. Am I right or wrong about that?
I think you're correct.
Now, last year, August, I applied sick leave for 1 week because I had an issue with my feet. And now is March 26. Checked on it they're still not ready yet. That's going down to a year. And there's people I know who work with me waiting over a year and a half to get payment from the Social Security. And the rates of Social Security here is way higher than what they pay in St. Vincent. So I must say, I think the Social Security in St. Vincent actually is being run much better and more efficiently, that people can get their payments out in a reasonable time and that sort of stuff.
Yes, yes.
Secondly, in terms of cost of living, being a guy from St. Vincent, I love ground provision. You know, Edo's up here. If you buy it on the street, you can get it for $8 a pound. If you go in a supermarket, there was one supermarket I had at one time at $18 a pound for Edo's. Dashins are $10 to $12 a pound on the street. You get them to about the same $12, $13, $14 in the supermarkets. The VAT in Antigua is 17%. It has just been raised, along with tons of other extreme measures. If you order stuff online, the interest rates on them, the taxes on them are being raised as well. If I need to send money home on Western Union, the taxes has just been raised on them as well. Try to keep you from sending money out of the country.
Yes, that's the agenda.
Okay, the roads in Antigua as well. I hear everyone complaining about roads. Now, I'm just mentioning to you, now, this country has a CBI program going on for a very long time. I have a car. It's the most potholes. I mean, maybe when I left 3 years ago, we didn't have all these potholes back home. But right now, up here, the amount of potholes that you drive around here in, it's just horrendous. Okay? Yes. I'm just going to tell you, and even with a CBI program, they still have a high debt ratio to GDP in Antigua. So I just want people to put this in perspective, that even if that was a pushing towards a CBI program, that doesn't mean it's to fix it all for everything. Because I live in a country that has that program, and there's so many major problems that they can't fix. I still think that in St. Vincent, a lot of people are still doing much better and living much better with the smaller salaries. I mean, I pay rent here for like what, $800 per month, plus utilities and that sort of stuff. Gasoline prices are outrageous.
You can tell me how much for like a Pepsi in Antigua?
Well, I don't really drink Pepsi now. The only thing cheap up here I will tell is alcohol. So you can enjoy that one.
Yes.
But just simply tell you that I hear a lot of people making noise on the radio about cost living in St. Vincent, but it's not until you leave and you go elsewhere that you understand how lucky and fortunate you are to be living in a country and still have the benefits of even on a small salary, but still can afford to live. I mean, going to a supermarket, it's like, trust me, it's crazy. I just think I'll put these couple things into perspective. I listen to you every week, Kingsley. Great job, but sometimes I think you go a bit off track a bit and put things in the wrong perspectives. But I just think I'll bring these couple things for you to understand.
I appreciate your thought.
It's not as bad off as people picture it to be.
Let me say something to you.
Guys, I want to stop
as it relates to Kingsley. If you listen to the tune that he started out with, and then you listen to him in terms of his contribution, you would know that a lot of the times Kingsley is about debate, engaging people.
Yes, I know. That's why the song he played prompted me to.
Right. So
that's why they call it. That song.
Yes. Yes. Well, we really appreciate you calling Mr. Kilby. So we go ponder on what you say, and then we go have a discussion in house with that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I'm listening. You guys.
Thanks for calling. Yeah, we seem to have another caller. Yeah. Good evening. Anta, listen to the radio and stop to the computer.
I didn't hear good night. Well,
Gaska didn't recognize your voice.
volume down. What you said?
Gaska did not recognize your voice. I have the privilege to see what you call.
Mr. Glasgow.
Good night.
Alexa, volume down.
Good night.
Mr. Glasgow, how are you?
I
Well,
am good, especially hearing you. It brings that big smile.
Oh Lord! So
I didn't plan to call. Listen,
competition
Kingsley,
for Bajan, competition for Mr. Mace. I look at me drop out.
but you didn't drop out. You were forced to.
Oh shit! I look at me. Have my two other girlfriends who listen to me. Miss Jordan and Jacqueline. Yeah. So you go right to buy you.
And what if I go? Which part I there right now? I in my recliner with elevated legs, listening to you, enjoying my cockroach castle and my rat kingdom. we cock up produce red rose and red and white roses, and I just had a glass of almond milk. So I'm listening to you, but it's before I go on, Kingsley. The other day I hear you shopping online, but like you stop now, you find the right clothespin.
I can't read that one day. That probably a little big for me.
Yeah, well, I heard a couple of weeks ago telling Kamal, well, I know you talk that your depression, Glasgow, like the freighters ain't enough for him. You are adopt another day again. You almost on him. But he's suffering from depression and he's not in intimate relationship. So that is why I asked him if he was shopping online. So I hear him saying it again. So he probably find the right clothes.
No, somebody by the name of Vody tried to rebuke me. So she said I must come with that. And she said, "Don't tell me personal business on the radio."
He also took
listen. You put it, Kingsley.
Well, that's what I tell her. She tell me don't say it.
But Kamal, please save me. You said, oh, if you didn't hear Kingsley, I want to cry. Because my first reaction does to cry. And he said, oh, the doctor said I'm suffering from depression. And when I rebuke him off, he said, oh, Auntie, you and I said, the freighter say enough for you. You want to add depression to your surname? And then he come back and say, oh, I'm not in an intimate relationship. Well, I ain't saying it no more, so I want to know.
His body shaped me up. His body shaped me up.
I think he took your song advice that you gave give to him. That lecture,
exactly.
I think it worked.
Right, so I'm happy that I did something.
Yes.
Anyway, I didn't wait for my name to call because that guy prompted me. And if he's listening, I would like him to please call back and let me know. Well, I still have friends. I used to live in Antigua before I migrated to Canada. And Glasgow, there were places that you go in and a sign was there. All prices are quoted in US dollars.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that you didn't have to pay personal income tax. So I don't know if that has changed. So I would like to know. But I do have a stepdaughter who lived with my son's wife, daughter. Mm-hmm. And my God, I can tell you, she would tell you the prices. My daughter and I just come from there, and you can't even walk in the supermarket with $500. You're coming out with snacks. Yeah. So when they complain in St. Vincent, as the guy say, I know he's not lying, but I would want to find out those two things.
Yeah, and VAT at 17% is really high. Wow.
That's what I'm telling you. So I hear people usually calling and they would quote how much money they are being paid in Antigua and different places, Glasgow. Yes. But they don't say how much it costs.
The cost of living, yeah.
That is why I'm happy that guy brought it up. And he's not lying. I can tell you that for a fact.
Yes.
So you see how they go, oh, down here, labor are getting this, labor are getting that. But then how much of them down there have their own homes and stuff
but
like
Anta, when you listen to so many things he points out, 197 for a particular payment every month, 102, 40, 20, and 86. That is something mandatory out of his salary.
Mandatory.
You tell Vincent, is that crazy? The stone rough ones have.
And you hear he say how long you have to wait before you get sick benefit.
Yes.
But and then the people insist, look,
Our
Glasgow,
our
let me
NIS is instant. Instant. I could talk from that because I had some.
instant.
Yes. Yes.
But Quincy, I know I used to run business and I had people working with me. I
Yes.
know
Yes.
they have it too good. But here now, don't worry. Glasgow, what God doesn't stop, He allow. And I know that one day they will be in bending knees, going by Ralph Gonsalves grave and want to bring him out. The man named perfect. But I know
Nobody
he's been
is.
trying his best. Perfection is on the other side.
Yes.
And he's the first one will tell you that he's not perfect. He has his faults. But Kingsley, I know you're an NDP supporter. But when you see all this, man just get vexed one
He-
day and come home
he
and say,
used
I'm
to be
Labour.
a-
But
He used- he used to be
here what
an
I
NDC
plan to do.
supporter.
Here what I plan to do. I talked to your prime minister last year. We had a thing by the airport and he spent a
It's
lot
your
of time.
prime minister to say our prime minister.
And
He's
hey,
my friend.
I promise him
He's your
that I'm going to mount the ULP platform the next election. After you call me a blight and say you don't want me, I come in to show people that the blight really working.
so and you promise him that?
Yeah. Everybody, you know. Frank does say, after he partner, well, hey, me and Ralph for blood. Frank I beg for friend, me I beg for friend, me and Ralph for cousin.
Hey, watch now. Me, I hear with Mr. De Silva, don't even go there. What? Once you're in Chardon Hills Road, don't worry.
Yeah, well, I could speak to that because I had some of my share licking from him already, you know. So I mean,
Watch
it
now.
did body, but
Remember, he said openly, that if you have to vote for a man with a heart, he will vote for us 100 times.
Well, I want if you take out the heart that he had because I didn't think he's supporting Ralph so like last time, you know.
Not think he's not, because and it's all because Ralph did not go down the road with him with the vaccine. I tell you something, and here, Kingsley, I like to listen to Mr. De Silva. If he come back on radio tomorrow and he talking, I will lend him money. And
He has his fallen. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, he does. You understand? But I'll tell you, if, and here is Glasgow, and correct me, if Dr. Gonsalves had gone down the road with Mr. De Silva, with the vaccine thing, he would have been good. And if it was the opposite side, that he was for it and Ralph didn't go for it, it would have been the same story today.
That's who he is. He's that strong man. He's a strong man.
Exactly. So that is why I am worried about it.
Yes.
Because if you go with what he said, that's fine. So I look at it and I tell people who argue about it that I would talk with private. I say if it was the other way, that he plainly say he doesn't believe in no medication, and I agree with him. That's his opinion.
Yes.
But if Ralph had gone the other way, opposite to him, any which way he would go opposite to him, we would have been having the same conversation.
Yeah.
You understand what? Yeah. So the guy who come in there now to say, but he ain't had nothing to show. He wrong for he had nothing to show. He must be the only man he had nothing for show. Because
I had to buy a head bro. I can call him just to them come back and sing song for me again, man.
Watch that.
Nothing to show.
He brought out some people who never called
Mr.
before.
Kirby, first time Mr. Kirby called my program.
Watch that.
Yes.
Kingsley, listen to Anta. You of all person, you are living testimony that nothing get Anta vexed. What my hand can't carry, I rest it down. I don't put it above my head. Listen, Glasgow, you see that gentleman sit down next to you at one time. He used to have me walking up, he tall and he had big. From the time I spotted my duck in somewhere. And look how we are today.
Yes.
I don't hold grudges. You understand? But but the time he see me, he smell a bit, especially if I did something red, well, jail.
Yes.
And now we are best friends until people interpret it wrong.
Yes.
Anyway, I want to say good night to all the fans. Mr. Mason, Mr. Weeks, oh Lord. Well, let me make sure that I say Mr. Lawrence Horn, because me able to be listening for calls, so you guys raise white flag. And you know how much people are telling me, Mahon, I want to get back the ball and the beautiful. I said, no, man, that was Friday morning.
That was the morning edition of the activated morning, but they threw me off, so they want me to again.
But Kingsley, but on a serious note, I know you had a good listenership, and I'm taking the prompts for it. But if you know the amount of people that got on board just from that thing, Mr. Hornster, and they ain't stop.
You know, I don't hear.
You know when you ain't come on?
Yeah, you know I don't hear Mary. What about Mary? Haven't heard her since.
Well, I hear her for a while, but she's there.
I know she's a Gary guy. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I spoke to Gary last week, I think.
Yeah.
You know the amount of people, Glasgow, that got into the. I remember Miss Jones called one morning. I not now want me ball and the beauty, and then they just got into it and they continue listening to it. Sometimes when you come on, they would call me, my friends. We can't just have a local party. They all go by the airport to look for
Like I say, I go up Prison Park here and I meet a woman. You have to look down about 20 times what she shot. Hey, she
honest. Let me tell you something. She listening or not?
Of course she listens. Guys, got put your pantry in stool and she said, shouting at me. I put your pantry in stool. I still have a watch down. I said, oh, Lord, you shot for a whole village.
Well, yeah, no, he was shocked when Bonnie stopped him and said, wait, that is Anita for me. Let me tell you something. He can't go no village in St. Vincent. Everywhere he goes, sometimes I just say, hold on. And it's somebody coming on the way. They stop. Wait, that is Anita. I hear her voice. I never know I had such a distinguished voice. From the time I opened my mouth, everybody know it's me. So he can't go nowhere and talk my name because he was shocked that Bonnie know me what I was years ago because she listening there right
I was really surprised that day, in truth.
Yeah, I know. I talked to her up to this evening. She called me.
Your friend tell me hold from you. Consulate General, tell me hold from you.
Oh yes, I told you that we spoke. Yes, we did. Yeah. Yes, about 2 or 3 times, I think.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, I call him twice and then he called me once. Okay, so anyway, I would know how the program's going, but here I hear listening Kingsley. Your friend with the Israeli language and speak Israeli language and Ukrainian accent. He's gonna come on just now and he's gonna talk.
I heard him Saturday on the New Times program, the Saturday morning program. I said, hey, my friend back with me.
Yeah, man. Well, if you want to sit down and think some of them words that each word is not for you. But hey, Kingsley, a couple of weeks ago, he tried to throw you under the bus and you even pick it up.
Must you have a consider, my friend.
But hey, what happened? You pick it up after he was gone. And you said something, but I will tell you off. And you said, no.
You are an ardent listener. I did make a comment. You're right. You did. I did. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And you made the comment after. And I sit down here. I say, hey, if I been in his bed tonight and he come home, I just give him 2 clouds. You corrected it after he said, well, I am driving and I am gone. You don't hang up. He didn't hear what you say. You understand what I'm saying? He does correct me, and I'm a friend. So when he come with the nonsense, so everybody have their opinion. And
but you can't call him an opinion nonsense. The man opinion is he's convinced by what he said, and he makes
okay. My apologies, and I take it back. I am sorry.
Right. You did not listen to Glasgow open remarks tonight. Glasgow caution all you. And he tell our Lover to stay off the radio. So Lover didn't call him tonight.
No, Kingsley.
I'm not telling him to stay off.
Kingsley, when I say nonsense,
I just play with you, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, when I don't literally mean he's speaking nonsense. Is that he would say like certain things. Now he say, oh, I gave Ralph Gonsalves the airport because I use it. Mr. Glasgow, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Yes. You don't have to use it. You'll give it because I use it. Wait, if you're giving him it, you're giving it. Yes. He could fly to the Union Island and take a boat, come over. If I so much against it, then I won't use it. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Anyway, Kingsley, I am listening.
Yes, good evening. All right.
You have a blessed night.
Okay.
Right. So Becca, mate.
Kamal, I leave the best for you for last. Good
Yeah.
evening, my friend. What happened to you on Sunday, Kamal? You had me waiting.
No, we had a day off. We went some places to have some fun. 3 ways.
Nah.
3
No,
ways.
Kamal is not in that.
You say you don't listen good, so who will pick up that one day?
What do you mean? I'm too old a couple to be fooled by private.
You go off the radio.
You didn't hear what I said.
Oh,
Kamal is
Lord.
not in that. So how you mean that I pick it up? I've got.
All right, thank you for calling. All right,
You're
yeah.
welcome, man. I'm listening.
yeah. Yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a break and come back with Glasgow favorite song, and then we're gonna put it 7 in a row, nothing to show. Let's go.
It's Feedback with host Kingsley De Freitas this and every Tuesday night from 8 p.m. for 2 full hours, right here on WeFM 99.9. Join him as he brings different guests weekly on this informative and interactive program. It's Feedback. To be a part of the Feedback program, call us at 457-9997 or send us a WhatsApp at 457-9997. It's Feedback.
Whatever you are celebrating, birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, retirement, or just celebrating life, the place to be is at Basil's Bar Kingstown. Established for over 38 years, we are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with an exquisite ambiance. We have a set menu and 3 a la carte menus to choose from, and we are flexible to all requests. We go above and beyond to serve you. Basil's Bar Kingstown, where it's more than just a meal, it's an adventure. Call for reservations at 457-2713.
Ping pong, pitting day. Ah, boy. Ping pong, pitting day. Up and down all over the country, campaigning for your party. Still I can't get a job to mind me family. Some members living high and mighty, they have money banking overseas, but I'm still living in poverty. I tired have to complain, so never me again. Running up in sun and rain, because I have nothing to show. After 5 in a row, nothing to show. So I can't go no more. No, I have nothing to show. After 5 in a row, please don't come knocking on my door. For the last 20 odd years, they say they care, but still the house in repair. Oh, I have nothing to show. Ralphie, nothing to show. Gomery, I have nothing to show. After 5 in a row, I have nothing to show. Soboto, nothing to show. Camelo, I have nothing to show. So time to pack up and go. Oh. Ping pong, pitting it. Ah, boy.
4 minutes, 30 seconds on to 9 o'clock. Tonight is Tuesday, the 26th, is that right? And it's the open forum, and with me is the ULP defender, Glasgow, and we had some people who called. Let me say good evening to Dougie De Freitas, Dove Howard, the Cry Cry Baby of radio, and Carly Douglas, who do the Saturday morning program. And Vampa listening. And let me say good evening to the Honorable, should have been leader of the NDP, Glasgow friend, Sinclair Baker. Yeah, we have some WhatsApp there, but Kamal going over them to see why we didn't. If not, we just check them out and throw them in the garbage bin, okay? We're not entertaining no nonsense tonight. So, Glasgow, somebody just text a while ago, say, well, why you speak about the importance of what took place and they say that what you say is a fact because it manifests itself. They want to hear your comments on the issue of crime/homicides, where we don't use the H over there, and they want to hear your comment on the sluggish economy that Ralph Gonsalves have created and unemployment.
Ralph has not created the sluggish economy. Circumstances, has created the economy, the sluggish, and it's not only in St. Vincent, Kingsley. The world over has been experiencing the sluggishness because of COVID, because of war.
This is why are you trying to justify the sluggish economy?
It's not justification. I'm saying it has nothing to do with the Prime Minister. It has to do with
the state of the economy.
External factors.
Yes.
You had the eruption of the Lasso Frey, a number of things, that would have resulted in the sluggish economy. And despite all that, St. Vincent is still doing better. Contrary to the propaganda that you hear in this country, St. Vincent is still doing better than a lot of the countries in the Eastern Caribbean. Yeah. Kingsley, it is not only in terms of housing and reaching out to the poor and underprivileged. In every respect, this government has been there. Hotels, in 20 years of the NDP, is 20 or 15?
17 around.
17 years. Not a single hotel came to mainland St. Vincent. None.
But there were incentives created for them via the duty-free concession for them to improve. I wonder why they didn't take it up.
There was none, because I think one of the main reason was the lack of proper air transport.
So Crick was right. Build it and they're going to come.
Yeah. So with the coming of Argyle International Airport, we now have so many brand here and coming.
Yes. Any comments on the issue of crime/homicide?
Crime, Kingsley, is an issue, and I have it down here. It's an issue.
Oh, you have it in your script that you to read to talk from?
That, those things that bother me, that I'm concerned about, it is a serious problem. Again, and somebody,
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, Queens.
What's up?
Everything all right, man? Everything all right?
And Mr. Glasgow, how are you?
I'm good.
Yes, you guys stop having Stephen on the show.
Well, Stephen, we asked him for the last 2 weeks, and he said that he was unable to make it because he has some commitment with the issue of his Olympic team. Yeah, trying to go to some games. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
Mr. Glasgow, one of your go ahead, sorry.
But I don't buy that. I don't buy that because I heard him on other programs. So
no, but remember it had to be could do with timing, because in the morning program is different, the night is different.
Yeah.
I still had to do with time.
Yes. You're not making excuses for him, right?
It could be at the same time, it could be the same thing like Dr. Friday, He can't make time for the Sunday program, but he make time for the Monday program.
No, but I am supporting Dr. Friday for not coming on the Sunday program, because it's like,
I agree to it.
It's like coming in a battlefield. You're crazy.
Yeah. And snap.
And if you come in, Peter, I'm gonna stay home.
He's not gonna get the same courtesy. He's not gonna get the same courtesy that the PM gets, where the PM could talk for 20 minutes without any challenge.
Well, it just happened that Raul Gonsalves is the Prime Minister, and being the Prime Minister come with privilege, okay? So you have to understand that.
Courtesy.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Glasgow, one of your good friends from way back in the cross-country days called you an enemy of the state. And he used words that in my equivalent to the word lick boots. Don't quote me on the word lick boots, but the words I use is equivalent to something like that. What do you say to him?
Well, he has the wrong person, because that is not me at all. People have problem with me because I don't go down that road, my friend. No lick boots. I whatever it is, it's based on my conscience. It is based on my own judgment and deliberation. I act and move based on that. Yeah.
So you don't come with a transcript from ULP?
No, I don't follow blindly.
Okay.
Never.
Right. Okay, that's what Anita. Anita, hear that?
Never happened.
Glasgow don't follow blindly. Well, they can welcome Glasgow to the club.
And it's from the same constituency as you.
Yes.
The Western Judge.
Yeah, but he have the wrong. He got it wrong when it comes to me. I don't do that. When I present those things that are before me, things that I see, things that I like. If it is something that I don't like, well, I leave it. But I don't follow blindly.
On another point, I'm very excited about tomorrow. Tomorrow is the opening of Sandals, right?
Yes. We're having some things in place at the Argyle Airport to accommodate the arrivals, and transportation, everything is in place. So we will definitely get some spill off. And
you want to eat the food? You want to eat the food from it tomorrow?
I eat some food since the summit of see that summit? Yeah. I get some spill off there. I grab them. Thank God I put some food on my table. Compliments the summit stuff. And we call it again SEAC summit.
SEAC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people are talking about, well, you take most of the money is going out. But some of the money we circulate back,
Definitely. Yeah.
Take, for example, when Sanders spend money in the United States, whether it's on advertising or buying equipment or food or building supply. I'm just picking the United States, but it could be other places too.
Mm-hmm.
That money circulates in America. There are thousands and thousands of intentions living in America. Some will trickle down to them, and it comes back in returns in remittances, barrels, and when they come back home.
Yes.
Even in the other islands where there's Sandals, there's intention work there, and some of them will send back remittances to the loved ones in the Ministry. So the money recirculates.
Yes.
If I own a business, I supposed to have the majority of the benefit and the profit.
But of course, if you're going to make money,
it's you who put out the investment.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yes. With a local business, cut people's salary by 60%, and you walk in there and now you cannot fill up your tank with gas or fill up your supermarket shopping cart if you could have done it previously. Huh? What's the difference?
Yeah, I don't know what
the owner of the intention business he could still go to the.
Yeah, I don't know where some people get the cry baby attitude from. So I want to call and say it was vexing me. She's a cry for next to nothing.
It's all negative and
make crying.
Politics out of everything, and that I have problem with.
Yes. Anything else you want to speak about, Queens? You gone? Oh, you probably got disconnected. Let me say good evening to Max. Max, you could call tonight. I've been banning last week. I've been talking no nonsense here. Yeah. I want to say a special good evening to former Commissioner Keith Miller, former Commissioner Colin John, Elvis Bagabron, the two Wrights, and the commander of the Coast Guard. You know why I talk about them? They come from my area. And I'm a little bit disappointed. I talked to Darcy about this, but we're not going to detail it. We had a guest lineup tonight from our area. And for some reason, I do some promotion. I went to my Facebook page and see the promotion. And I got a call from that gentleman and said that he can't make it. He was told that he should have come on the program. I wonder why. Unless that's really true that he was told. But for what it was, my area and Glasgow area produced 2 commissioners, 2 of the best police officers. Them right? For them old school police officers who listen, I remember a man used to call Flower Elbow, Mr. Williams. Oh, Lord, I tell you. And then the present commander of Coast Guard from Top Bay. He come from me. Wait, somebody say, how me forget? What my name? You should call him Station Sergeant, Sarge, Assistant Superintendent. No, he is acting Commissioner Trevor Bailey, aka Buju. Yeah, all right. I'll be between you now. Yeah.
A long time ago, we had one, Mr. Edgerton Woods.
Oh yes.
Old of olds.
Yeah, he been falling on a bike up my brother car. I tell you, I can never forget that.
Wouldn't know about that one. But presently, we do have a lot of policemen from that community.
Yes.
Belair, Ashburton, Bridgehill, you name it. From the whole community, we do have a lot of policemen from that community.
Yeah, let me say good evening to Mr. Peters. He's also in the Belmont area. He's not retired. But somebody was speaking about him today. Retired so long, I never know. Almost 20 years, that's a lot. Boy, you live out to see. Get back all the money.
Yes.
So,
on the issue of crime, Kingsley, it is of serious concern to this country, the police, and again, I am commending the commissioner acting and his top brass. I think that these guys are they mean well, Kingsley. And I hope that the community, because on the issue of crime,
but
police,
one. Our friend Trevor Bailey been around a while, and there is a lot of demand and expectation from him. Vincent Shan hold him high, and they expect that his thing, he have another 10 years left. They expect him to perform. So we hope that that you perform your best. I mean, we know as Glasgow City, it's trying time, and now they have to do what they have to do with limited resource and things, but get the job done is very important. People want results.
They are trying. Yeah, they're trying, Kingsley, and we have to commend them when they fail. And it is a thing about us. If you would have done 15, you would have cleaned a particular area.
Yeah.
And we come in, we would look at the one thing that wasn't done.
And
we will not commend.
And sing a song about Hezekiah.
Yeah, we will not commend you for all the good. We would look at the one bad.
Good evening.
Hey, Kingsley, good night, man. Good evening, my friend.
Somebody expect you to call back, man.
Well, I'm calling in reference to that lady, someone I don't know, but I found it very interesting that she's going to be making comments about I have an Israeli voice. My opinion. I've been calling this. I've been calling this program before her and after her with her calls, and you've never heard me once disrespect her.
Yes.
I said anything badly of anyone.
Yes.
Everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Yes.
And I've always said that I respect the Prime Minister, even though I disagree with his politics. You know, if we're living in a democracy, we should be able to talk about things that are bothering us, or talk about things that we see that is wrong.
Definitely.
You know, and I don't think it is fair for she to be making those comments, because I could, if I want to stoop that low, there's many things I could say about her the way she talks, but I'm not gonna go there. Well,
So you admitted that you have an accent?
Huh?
You admitted that you have an accent?
No, I'm born and raised in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a Vincy boy to the bone.
No,
I'm probably more Vincy. I'm probably more Vincy than her.
I support you in a part because she said her word and gone Canada to it. So you're more Vincy than she. Yeah.
Right. I'm more Vincy than her. Nobody, it's very, very disrespectful, really. That someone would call. If you're entitled to your opinion, say what you have to say. You don't have to talk about people's accent or who they are, who they live. I would never do that with anyone.
Well, I don't think I don't think that she mean, ill by say. I think it was a matter of description, and throwing some little punches here.
Yeah. I think.
Could I ask you, Glasgow?
Yes.
I think she was not being in Mike Tyson as Glasgow said she was just doing some little job here, there, and everywhere.
Well, yeah, but maybe so. But I've heard her many times, and I've heard things she said. I'm never going to disrespect her. Yeah. But Glasgow, tell me, yes. You listen to me, things you have listened to me. Tell me, where do I sound like I'm from Israeli or whatever?
Well, like I said, I think it was just a matter of
opinion.
Yeah, doing because if you check her out, she's that type of person. Very creative, in the way she talk and so on and so forth.
Yeah, you have to be creative in more diplomatic way than that. Because she said it last week. She said it last week also, and I didn't. But I just think it's disrespect because I would never disrespect her. I don't know her, and even if she call and say anything about something I'm not agreeing with, I'm not going to disrespect her and talk about the way she's talking, And so I just.
I'm not defending the issue, but I think I have to agree, Glass, because she just hits on the punches because she know that you're listening and she probably wants to respond. I don't think she mean to disrespect you. Yes.
Well, the next time, I'm being honest. The next time she call and want to go that low, I'm going to go low. I hope you'll give me the same opportunity. To do it because I could say a lot of things of the way she's talking, and I'm not, I'm just saying.
And that we say
but anyway,
we wouldn't allow that.
And I take that at face value, because I listen to Glasgow, and he asking for people to call with respect and decency. Yes. But yet you didn't take her up on when she was saying that, Glasgow.
Like I said,
you should have said, well. No, but you can't make excuse, Glasgow. She said it and it's done. I'm just bringing the point forward. That's
you take offense to it, so I'm quite sure that she would apologize.
Right.
I'm quite sure that the fact that you take if you take offense, and I'm quite sure we would ask her to apologize because you took offense to what she said, and I'm quite sure that she would.
Well, she don't have to apologize, but I'm just saying, what part of me sound like an Israeli? And I think, that's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I hope she qualifies as a terrorist.
Well, that's who she's associated me with. That's what.
Well,
she make her contribution, and I'm not gonna criticize her.
Here's something, right? I took up 3 guests at the airport yesterday, and one was a German, one was an American, and one was he had his hair tied up with a kilt, right? I don't know if he was an
Arab, right?
Yeah, Arab. I said, boy, I am free to see if there be 3 people here, So hey man. Say, what you want me to do? You want me to take off the kilt? I say, you take off the kilt. My mind still bothering and problems. But we had a laugh from airport to reach Beckery. I said, look at that. So I know how you feel, because profiling people does send a wrong message, and I agree with you. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I mean.
Yes,
that's exactly because she don't know me. I don't know how someone else will meet me and they say, "Oh, here's the Israeli terrorist."
Yes, I agree with you that the issue of profiling does create an impact on people. Yes.
Right. But I want to move. I want to say you guys have a good program tonight. Glasgow have pointed out some stuff that I'll be honest. They're well worth talking about.
Yes.
But at the same time too, we have to talk about some of the negatives.
Yes. I try to draw him out to the issue of the negative, but he's trying to avoid the issue of crime and the homicide. But that's what they pay him for.
I'm not afraid to deal with that. I'm saying it's a problem. It's bothering. and I was making the point that the community, the police, the government will not be able to solve crime, Kingsley. All of us have to come together in terms of dealing with the issue of crime. All of us, the community, the churches, everybody have to come together.
Yes.
And that is why I said I applaud the effort of the police,
Yes.
because they are going to the community. Yeah?
Yes.
And because if they do not get the support of the community, they will not be able to deal with crime.
Yes.
But you see, and that is all good and done by you saying that. But did you remember? And you're probably gonna say you never heard this. Did you remember the Prime Minister making comments about the causes of crime in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and who was to blame?
Well, politicians would have made that mistake over and over again. I hear them make the mistake of blaming a government when it comes to crime. And when they get there, as a matter of fact, you in Trinidad, the world over, we try to play politics with the issue of crime, and it's not a road that we should ever cross, because it is going to backfire.
Okay, so okay, well, I was going to ask if you think it was fair for us as Vincentian to bring those stuff to the forefront, because those are words that Dr. Gonzalez said. And, one of the most disturbing thing I saw and over the weekend, and I haven't heard anyone talk about this, there's this young lady, Mrs. Haynes, that was killed. We don't know how she was killed and thrown over the bank. But on Saturday night, I was disturbed because here is our PM on radio dancing and calling for next June and all this stuff. Why do you have a family at home? Her mother is in tears. Why didn't he go to that mother's home and reach out to her and talk to them instead of being on the radio up until probably maybe midnight? Because when I turned off, it was after 10 o'clock almost. He's there with the little DJ.
So you Prime Minister entertain you then?
Well, no, because I turn it off. That's what I'm saying. Because I normally would listen to some of the music and so coming on, and then when I saw the Prime Minister, I wanted to hear what he had to say. But then when I got there and say he's playing DJ, you're the Prime Minister. How you gonna be playing DJ? You got a mother. I mean, I felt so bad for that parent, that mom. She's calling for justice for her daughter, and the Prime Minister's on radio and dancing and telling the DJ, "Oh, play this one and play this one," and how this one was. I mean, come on, really, seriously? When do you stand up and show leadership? Show leadership, because that's why we put you there.
Have you heard Dr. Friday speak on the issue of the allegation that you mentioned about the lady who was found? Have you heard him make a presentation about it today?
But Dr. Friday wasn't on the radio dancing and calling for the DJ to play the next song.
Will I answer the question?
No, I did not. But I'm just saying he was not there. He was not on radio making any remark. I mean, calling for the DJ to play music of Eric Donaldson. Also, give me some Eric Donaldson there. You got a mother at home crying in tears. I mean, I don't know the people. I don't know the woman. But I'm being honest, it brought tears to my eyes.
Okay.
To see the mother there crying, and you have our Prime Minister on radio and the internet, they're dancing and calling for, give him this one, and this one was so good in the 80s. I mean, come on, seriously. Yeah. Is it that he don't, Glasgow, is it that he don't have any solution for the crimes that are going on in our country?
But again, I'm saying that the government has tried, the government has put measures in place, they have improved in terms of the police. The police are more equipped now than they has ever been in terms of education, housing, training. And when I said education, that's what I'm talking about. Every sense of the word. he has tried, and he said that he was going to be, tough on crime and the causes of crime. It's not that he has not made the effort. But again, I'm saying, and to the point that you're making, for example, that he was, whatever program he was having and he was thinking. So what are you saying, that he should have cut that program and go to reach out to the family? I don't know if he has reached out to the family, right? And you wouldn't know that, you don't know that either, if he would have reached out to the family. So
okay.
Yeah, so to be here saying the fact that he was having a good time on a program, it doesn't mean, because that happened, that he should stop. The clock doesn't stop. Life goes on. But I believe that he and he would condemn what would have happened, and as a matter of fact, times when he be hard on these criminals and so on, we also criticize him, when he described them in certain ways and so on.
And he talked about the beatitude. So.
Well, Glasgow, what I'm talking about is that those hours that he used on the radio to be doing that, he should have been on the radio condemning the crime, calling for justice for this family, instead of getting up there and playing business as usual. A family is hurting. Use that same platform. Use that same platform to call for justice. I mean, I disagree with his politics, but if Prime Minister Gonsalves got up there and speak about the crime, speak of how despicable that was for a young 17-year-old child to be killed by some vagabond or whoever they are. I mean, talk about it. I'll support him with those conversations. It wasn't going to change my politics, but I would support him and say, yes, Mr. Prime Minister, that's the right thing to do. But not when I sit here and I listen to him and he's there dancing and calling and whatever. I forgot the DJ name.
DJ Bling.
Let me get a Eric. Let me get a Jimmy Cliff. Let me get a Eric Downs. Come on.
Well, like I said, there's a time and a place for everything, and I'm quite sure that the Prime Minister will address, that particular situation, on another time.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, I hope so.
Okay.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, Kingsley, thank you, Kingsley. Before I leave, don't forget. I asked you to do a program on domestic violence.
I also have that in place sometime for next month, because I'm going to get a lawyer. She also consent, and somebody who's working in, and Mrs. Jeannie Oliver, who sat at that department. So it's coming. It's coming.
That is very.
Yes.
They're very important, my friend, because there are too many people who are being treated unkind by their boyfriends or husband or wives or whatever it is.
Okay.
So, thank you, and I'll continue to listen.
And wives and husband are being abused too,
Yeah. Good evening. Yeah, you lost the caller. Yeah, you lost the caller. So 45799. You have any WhatsApp? And we have the caller again. Good evening.
Kingsley.
Yeah, Mr.
Good evening to you and your special guest in the studio.
Glasgow.
Good evening.
Glasgow. That gentleman that was just on, he too thin skin, man. You got to learn to be tough.
When they come on this program, you have to be tough like Mike Tyson. Take some jab and some
You
punch.
got to be tough.
Yeah.
And you got to be tough like me.
Yeah.
What he has to understand is that everybody has a right to their opinion, but that don't necessarily mean that their opinion are right.
Okay.
I think that he is too thin-skinned. He criticizes my girl. I want to take his hands off her for me.
I know you coming.
I would find him wherever he is.
I know you coming as a defender Fanta tonight, so yeah.
I know.
And he talking about the Prime Minister. So we want the Prime Minister to do. There's no leader on this earth, Kingsley and Mr. Glasgow, that can stop crime.
Definitely not.
You can't stop crime. In Barbados, they now put a system in place to see if they can curb some of the crime. And you know who they put And you know who is in the forefront of that? Gangster leaders. And it's working.
Okay.
You know, and St. Vincent got to look at what Barbados is doing to bring the murder rate down and crime generally.
Yes.
You know, the system in Barbados is working. It's work, and it is led by a very good friend of mine who was a gangster, and he decided, well, look, enough is enough. He ran into trouble with the police, and now he's leading the fight against crime, and it's working.
Yeah.
It's working.
Yeah.
Anyway, Casey, you and Mr. Glasgow stay safe.
Yes.
And to my sweetheart friend in Toronto,
Yeah, we know that.
I want to tell you good night, dear, and wrap up tight.
Wrap up tight.
And don't let the cold get to you, because they can't get there to make you warm.
Wow.
but tell that gentleman to take his hands off of Professor Gonzalez to me.
Okay then. I guess he
Take
hears.
him out off of Gonzalez.
Okay then. All right.
Gonzalez got to enjoy himself too.
Of course.
If somebody stabs somebody or somebody kills somebody, and Gonzalez in effect,
Yes.
who hand down, what Gonzalez can do?
Stop fetting.
He's a star fetting.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Gonzalez and the leaders of the Caribbean got to have time for themselves to enjoy life. They got life too, you know.
Yeah.
And the Prime Minister here, Mia Marley,
Yeah.
that's a fat queen.
Party animal.
Yes.
Yes.
And the people love it.
Yes, man.
So you gotta get Gonzalez a break, man. I get Gonzalez. He too thin skin.
I thought that Glasgow was the apologist, being the apologist too.
Yes, but I'm anti. He's too thin skin.
Yes.
If somebody says something about you comment about it and you move on.
Okay.
But don't keep repeating. He was too repetitive tonight.
Okay. All right.
About my dear friend and about Gonzalez. Leave Gonzalez out. Leave my good friend out.
Okay then. All right.
Anyway, guys, you guys stay focused. And Anita, don't apologize. Anyway, guys, you have a good night.
Yeah, we have another caller. Good evening. Yeah. Four. Somebody calling outside. 45799. We have WhatsApp, right? Good evening.
Good night, gentlemen. Well, Kingsley.
Yes, sir.
Glasgow move too soft for the man. You need to be more formal than that, Glasgow. You know, the Prime Minister go on and to people them and you know, the Prime Minister already go and talk to them people and give them comfort. So as Beja said, the way what Prime Minister to do.
Yeah.
When the Prime Minister call them crooks and vagabonds, they cost. What kind of stupidness is that? And as in Glasgow, you have to be more formal and tell them straight up, man. Prime Minister go by everybody and don't give them comfort and everything. So we man enjoy himself.
Who's speaking, Candyman?
What he go run to do.
You're Candyman?
Yeah, the police then need to thin out some people of them. That's what they need to do. The bad boys of them.
No, we can't cover that. Vigilante justice.
The laws where your opposition and the government need to put in place. We go parliament and put the laws. You find it with guns and things and you kill people and things. You take off 2 hands by your wrist. You dress them in the hospital with a mount or wave and then you send you home.
No.
2 hands by your wrist.
Hello.
Hello. You have president to do that.
Mr. Glasgow.
No, but no, we can't support that.
You have president to do that. Where your teeth cut off your hand. What that president?
Two place, you have to cut off 2 hands, Mr. Glasgow, otherwise the crime rate will never go down. And once
Saudi
you lead with that,
where you calling from? Saudi Arabia?
Whether you can go there, you think things you can't laugh everything with it. And that's gonna be poor man thing. You know, Prime Minister don't go and
No, sometimes you have to allow people to, you know, vent. But I did tell him that the Prime Minister would
I have a friend named,
would address and knowing him.
I have a friend named
And
Bobby
the Prime
Lee.
Minister don't go by lady, don't go by them long time. You know, the Prime Minister glass clear, so be more form with them people.
Well, that's why me ask if you been candy, man, because you started some
But
time.
you need to take it 2 hands off. And if you do that, you see crime rate go down in the Caribbean.
No, but again, hello, we can't support that kind of thing there.
Well, that's why me like communist. If me go with that like for Putin come here and me be second man for a few years, if see how crime rate go right down.
Okay then, all right. Right.
Come on, man, you have to be serious sometime, man. Go and go shoot down and stab up people and do all kind of stupidness. Cut it 2 hands by the wrist.
Hello, again, I'm sorry we're gonna have to cut you off because we can't support that kind of ignorance. You supporting, you know. No, sorry.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, we can load, okay. So yeah, what's up, is it? Let me hear what Bongo Shaka say.
My good buddy Bongo.
Good evening.
Yeah, greetings, Kingsley and Mr. Glasgow. Glad to have you on again.
Greetings.
And Brother Kamal. Yeah, and the rest of the audience listeners, you know. I was kind of taken back on how the discussion went on the discourse from when Anita had called and just utter a few words there.
Where call to defend
towards
Anita?
the bridge.
Anita defend yourself, you know.
No, you not know what I'm going on, says Kingsley.
No, that's what
I'm not defending.
that's what I asked a question. I didn't make a statement to ask you.
No, well, before you ask the question, I didn't deliberate on my issue as yet. So I don't feel you asking me that question. Yeah, what it is, right? All I got to conclude and say, right? Kingsley, I just sometimes you gotta just read what I'm saying. Like if you have something and maybe I asked to apology, right?
No,
I apologize.
Bongo Shaka, before you go on though, let's reason to understand. And Anita came and she made some comments, and I went and I said to the gentleman that I don't think I agreed her when she profiled him and said he sound like an Israeli thing, and he understand and he said that is where he felt offended and Glass could say that Anita should apologize because he also agreed technically by saying that Anita should apologize. So what he's saying, he don't mind the low job, but profiling him, he didn't like that. Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm saying, right, is that when your brother came on, he accepted that he just go overlook it, right? And he just continue rehearsing and certain things, you know? Yeah. What I'm saying is like I apologize to you for something, right? Say, well, things are wrong, I apologize to you. But after I say that now, I say, man, but hey, you know, if you didn't do that, this won't happen and this will happen. You know what I mean? It shows that I apologize heartily. So if you say you accept that and just override, I thought we'll just go into the discussion. I was kind of taken back to another discussion, still continue on what he know and this and that, and he don't want, you know what I mean? I don't like this personality thing. Okay. I think you all was in a kind of humor, kind of spirit, and as Mr. Glasgow said, the lady, Anita, then I think, you know, meant bad on the issue, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, I like a humor thing. Yeah. I like you might say, boy, the man who's, talk like he drinking water, no. You know, the man has some expression in voice. Yeah, I okay, well,
I agree with you. I see a fellow by the airport yesterday. So I said, he said, you watching me? He said, what are you looking for? I said, man, you remember Butler Strong, man. He man ugly like sin.
You know, so we gotta just overwriting because you must take things too personal and all that. Okay. You know, the discussion is override it. Yeah, you know, and she then elaborate. So I was kind of, and as I say, once you accept sometime you say this and that, and okay, I accept Kingsley where you say this and that. I'm not going to still elaborate, you know, on this goes and you know, I don't have the show more maturity and wiseness and that, right? Okay. But what Mr. The Brethren there from Barbados was saying, right, with the crime, Mr. Glasgow. I don't think he was evading the question, because every time you go and speak on it, you get a call and so on. So King, you gotta keep your head sharp, no man. You know, Mr. Glasgow evaded it. He was trying to deliberate on it. Yes. But what the government Barbados is actually doing, it been done in some place in the world where they had like real gangs, you know, because to me here are no gang, because gang is a whole different scene, you know. But Barbados, I know Barbados do have gang for sure, you know. But it's a good step what they're doing, you know. Okay. And one thing is a Glasgow, it's your second thought I'm speaking it. I think what you do, right? You get people from experience. Like when you're speaking about crime and so on, like on radio, people speak about it when you're a man who was did a crime and maybe spend 5-10 years in jail, you know, and he could speak out experience, make more influence and make more impact on a person, you know, who listening, you know.
But Mashaka, say something, right? I invited a senior police officer to come on tonight's program because it's the open forum. He gave me permission and he called me today and told me that he was advised not to come on the program. So we planned to speak about crime, but the issue of crime didn't come tonight because the guest didn't show up. And I am disappointed that he didn't show up, but it is what it is, okay? So don't make that bother you.
So what I'm saying, you get okay, you have retired police officers, right? What I'm leading to, you have retired police officers who had a good stand in the public. So you have a lot of younger policemen now coming into the department more than before, you know. Yeah. So I think you need these former policemen who you can reach out to them, have a discussion, see if they're willing, and get them in different divisions to get like a pep talk at times, or go around with the youth to them sometimes just to take observations what they're doing and absorb them, you know, and maybe make some correction here and there, some strength here and there. Yeah. And I think it'll bring a good innovation for the younger youths. Because might say, hey, but Kingsley, boy, when you over 5 years, you say Kingsley boy, they're a good policeman. And then you look now.
You make some sense now, because if you were listening earlier, I mentioned Keith Miller, former police commissioner from my area, former commissioner of police Colin John, Elvis Brown, one of the best policemen past to be there. I talk about the two Rice, Williams, we used to call them Flower Elbow, and the Coast Guard commander in our area. Those are people with resource that they could be on these programs.
And you left in my brethren there. See, Brewster is a man of high respect in the public. And you get
that's your opinion.
Yeah, you know, I'm not going to debate. And you have gold teeth, you know, and so on. So you have, you know, I didn't want to go name calling, you know, but you mentioned, you know, but they got to know who they want to reach out to and so on, who could innovate and motivate the other younger recruits that is coming up, you know what I mean? Yeah. So we all got to be taking risks sometime, you know, because unless you take risks, and you ain't reaching nowhere at times in life. So yeah. We gotta innovate different things within this crime matter. Mr. Glasgow said, the government cannot stop no crime, but you could put preventive measures, you know, but it can continue and continue because of people mind. So we gotta try to train your mind, every individual, you know, because that your greatest muscle in your body, actually, you know, it comes in your mind, and yet still is your worst enemy. Yes. You know, so you gotta train it well. Yes. Okay. So we gotta you know what I mean, Kingsley? So we gotta be more wiser in them time here and see how we could approach matters, you know.
Okay then, thank you. All right.
Yeah, man. So give thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Lucas.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, last what's up, everybody. Good evening. Call from Betways to Incorrect.
Oh, we take 2 callers tonight. We have 2 people in the line.
It's good. You have a good program going on. Let me finish, please. Yeah. He mentioned that the Prime Minister was on radio jumping up and dancing.
Hello, caller.
Hi.
Yes. Apparently we have 2 callers on the line, right? I'm gonna ask the person on the which is Nicholas Lucas.
Yeah.
I'm calling from Brooklyn, yeah.
So just hold, right? And let's entertain the person on the direct call. All right.
I really want to get in.
Well, you in?
Just hold.
Okay. So call on the WhatsApp. Just hold and let's deal with the
landline.
The landline.
Yeah. Okay, Lucas. Hold on, Lucas. Good evening.
Yeah, Kingsley. I'll be very short. The caller from Beckley, right? He mentioned that the PM was jumping up while the mother was moaning. That can't be. When the PM was on the radio this Saturday night, it's the Sunday morning they found the girl dead. So how you were saying while the parents moaning, the PM on radio selecting tune?
Well, he probably look at the Prime Minister after the program was rebroadcast and
He's right, but
yes.
You can pick up. You can choose words for him.
I ain't choosing words for him. That's it? Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, Lucas, come in, Lucas.
Yeah, good night. Oh, excellent program.
Thank you, brother.
But what I call about is that I was listening to the
this is my ghost writer. Oh, Mr. Lucas, yeah. Feel off. Glasgow, he call me ghost writer, you know. Yeah, buddy, let's go.
Yeah, but while he was there on Saturday, on Star.
I enjoy it. I actually see Prime Minister scan to the Prime Minister scan. I tried to practice it for the 6th of April. Yeah.
And the PM of all the posts, he worked 24 hours a day.
24/7. Yeah.
So if he is on the program on Saturday, enjoying himself, promoting the 23rd anniversary, but the young lady was killed Saturday night. It's Sunday morning they find her.
Yeah.
So I don't know what this guy's talking about. How could the Prime Minister he come there and he's like, if he talking facts, when this thing was, she was discovered Sunday morning. He was there Saturday night.
Yes.
So sometimes these people come with hidden agenda.
No, but you're making sense because the Saturday night he was there and we heard about the incident Sunday morning.
On Sunday morning.
So he could be coming.
And then he come there and he want to crucify Anita for Anita calling him Israel. But you know what I'm saying? But sometimes they have the hidden agenda.
Yes.
And I listen to him all the time, but
he make it totally clear. He make it totally clear that he's not a fund of Ralph Gonsalves, okay?
A fund of all well and good, and it's his right to criticize when there's things to criticize. But he should have his facts together when he comes.
Got this one
and
wrong.
he's talking about you want to cry on Saturday when they didn't have discovered the young girl until Sunday.
Yeah. I think your calling is right and all, and you put things into perspective.
Well, I'm no longer the ghost writer.
That is and if you notice, Kingsley, that the two callers clash and the two of them were saying the same thing.
Yeah, because I enjoyed that program on Saturday, and Ralph of all the people, the PM, the Prime Minister, he goes 24/7.
Man, let me tell you something.
So if he choose a little time,
let me tell you something.
Sometimes I wonder where he get the energy from.
If you see the Prime Minister last night at the airport, you'd be amazed. I don't know how he does it. He touched base with every single individual who was there last night. Prime Minister has an energizer bunny in him, boy. I had my own conversation with him and other things, but he was just good. So I agree with you, and your call put things into context. So
and before I hang up, I say, St. Vincent, in our lifetime, we will never ever come across anybody run St. Vincent the way like how he's been. In our lifetime, we'll never see any other person of his leadership.
I will say that to you. Thank God for Friday.
Thank God for Ralph. But I remember when they win in 2001, 2002. The same Frank who you big it up. Frank challenged Ralph on the first town hall meeting at the Fraser Crown Heights. You know how to go down there and get around Ralph. All well and good. But Frank from day one never support. He went in, they pull around together, and he just takes something and, in terms of the vaccine, we disagree on the vaccine. If Ralph didn't go down the road that he hundreds of people would be dead in St. Vincent, all over the world.
Yes.
But that's a different story. Thanks very much for listening to me.
All right. Thanks for calling. I appreciate that. Yes. Yes.
I listen all the time, but I sit back and I say I couldn't let this one pass.
All right,
All right,
thank
all
you.
the best.
All right, we see another caller. Good evening.
Good night, Mr. De Freitas.
Good evening, sir. Hey, Mr. Amstey.
Good night, Mr. Glasgow.
And good night to you.
Yes, I was trying to get on before to respond to that guy who called about the Prime Minister being on radio on
Saturday night having fun.
Saturday night.
Yes.
But what I was about to say, I think it was already insulated.
Yes, yes, it was just said there, yes.
What I call about two things. One is that I think you played sick. I have nothing to show. Well,
I was trying to work Glasgow.
Let me say like sick. I have nothing to show. But probably unlike him, I'm still supporting the comrade, ELP. Not necessarily for what they did for me, but what was done for the country.
What they did or what they're doing? You're making all the money in the tourism industry, so that's probably why.
What they did and what they're doing.
Yes.
Oh, and before I go on, there is one thing you mentioned, good police officers who came from your neck of the woods.
Yes.
I think you forget there's a guy named Dwayne Bailey who is now seconded to prison.
I don't know why
yes.
he leaving out.
Trevor Bailey brother. Oh, brother. Yes, yes.
Who is the brother?
Yeah, it's brother.
College, I all from just is not the from basically the same place in
same community. Yes.
Whatever.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. The other thing, Kingsley, is that you mentioned, I think, in passing about phases of hotel development in St. Vincent. Okay?
Yes.
I'd just like to add my 2% to that.
Go ahead.
And when I go through the ages, I've noticed that it has not been easy to get hotel development to come here. I could recall that Mr. Cato may have one success, that is the Mustique model.
Yes.
Some people would disagree with that whether or not the Mustique model is a success.
Yes.
But if I look at the amount of persons I know are employed there, probably that might be the criteria for judgment.
Yes.
So that was Cato after 15 years.
Yes.
And then Mitchell, Canawan and Saladino, after 17 years, one hotel development in the
Grenadines.
You could recall that Mr. Cato in his, I think in his fourth or second book, set aside the amount in the area, change the road and all of that.
Oh, yes.
And he set it aside for development, hotel development.
Yes.
And he would have chronicled many times the problems he had trying to get investors. He left office and nothing happened. Now we may come to Bukuma, David Ames, and out to Sandals.
Yes.
Now, what I'm saying, the salient point I am saying in all of that is that hotel development has not been easy in Trinidad.
Definitely.
Now, when you look at our neighboring islands, St. Lucia, Grenada, we are trying to make a comfort. Why is it that tourism has taken off as it has in St. Lucia? St. Vincent is miles behind.
Air access.
What did you say?
Air access, international airport, make a difference.
Well, the point I'm making is that Grenada Airport was opened in 1880.
Yes.
That's about 40 years now.
Yes.
And St. Lucia was open sometime before that. Ours was open about
2017. Mm-hmm.
And now what we are seeing now is the drastic transformation. Do you know? Well, Mr. DeFrey should know that maybe our largest hotel on mainland previously, East Commerce, we don't have a 100-room hotel on mainland.
Yes.
Now that is before tomorrow's soft opening.
Definitely.
So what it means is that what we need to be checking on is that what brings AI or what brings hotel or the other way around.
Well,
it is air access.
Somebody will say air access and the building of the international airport at Argyle has transformed our tourism product in terms of the amount of hotels. We have Maya Suites, as you say, Beachcombers continue to improve. We have Sandals, and that thing that took place in Sandals where they see that product, we can't pay for the kind of advertisement. So it's just happening. And soon to be open is the Holiday Inn at Diamond.
So what all of that shows is that the importance of air access.
Definitely.
What we need to compare is that how long did it take Grenada before they started to get international flights?
That's a good thought because they take much longer than what we took recently. We took only 7 years to get where we are, and we are at a point where we are getting better and better every day. That period of time that we did that, it takes Grenada and St. Lucia much more to get them where they are today. And if we continue to do what we're doing, we're going to provide a competition for them and so long their business once we market St. Lucia and Grenada properly. So you're right.
And what you might research and find is how presently it compares to hotel rooms, St. Lucia, which has about 7,000 hotel rooms.
Yes.
Grenada, over 3,000. And at present, St. Vincent, less than 500.
Yes.
So you see what we're looking at.
Yes. So you're right. You on to something. Yeah. Thanks for calling. Yeah. The time in service and the grain is come. I'll let you want to go sleep so we go home just now. 7 minutes before 10 o'clock. We taking more caller because we ain't want nobody to call to mess up what was just said. Gasco, go ahead.
Kingsley, there's something that I want to talk about. And I don't know if after I finish, if I'm going to get a lot more friends or...
Callers, we didn't take any more callers. I'm not going to take any more callers because I don't want nobody to come and put me on a run and feed.
I wouldn't get it because, we have done well in terms of talking about, the contrary to... and I didn't pay close attention to what the Calypsonian was saying. So he was saying he have nothing to show.
He had nothing to show.
Oh, it is him. It is not, but the country. And I have a lot to show after 23 years. All right. So, Carl, I ain't vexed with you again. I'm sorry. I apologize because I didn't pay attention. The Calypsonian, I didn't pay attention.
He had to show. he go stop my server.
I thought, so I'm sorry. I apologize.
I got duty-free access to show.
We start out on Kingsley.
God start providing for me.
You so miserable. You start outlining so much that the country have to show. After you sing, you play the man song.
Like what is facts. That's why my friend called him.
Yes.
He said, wait, he used to refer to me as a ghostwriter. You don't call me ghostwriter, you just call me. Come on. Yeah.
I think I have to leave this year for a next program, because
which one? What I mean?
This is what I want to talk about. Some con men that we have in this country. You have the card men them. And we have some others that people don't look at them as conmen who call themselves Obia men.
Yeah, but here's something. I got a nice topic for next week.
Yes.
I want to discuss quality senators, quality potential candidates. I'm going to call some people from the NDP and the ULP to show them that in next election will based on the issue of leadership.
We have plenty of that to talk about.
Plenty of that to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm going to call some names.
So on this one, in terms of, the con men them who call themselves Obia men.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that they are. But I'm saying to them that they are nothing else but con men. Putting brothers against brothers, sisters against sisters. neighbor,
Some
you know,
poor-ass people can't
some
say,
con men. That's what I'm saying.
if I walk in over, right? As grass, we say, I walk in a part where I could turn invisible. And I go in any bank and I just see money moving and I say, so can't touch me. Some people say, can't say, and the poor trust myself.
I really would have liked, you understand? And I will come back to it because I want to hear our people call and talk about these people, you understand? Who believe that we have Obeah men here.
I thank God, so I've been telling them when I go sleep, and I hungry belly and I eat too much food, but I have a vision. As grass, you see, I come and check out.
You understand? Can't do nothing.
Grass can wrap up, man.
So let me wrap up. But I will be coming back to this one. And the next open forum, we're going to deal with these conmen. Have a blessed night. This was a good program. And again, my friend. We did enjoy the program. We have a thin skin, as they said. My good friend from Beckway. Being a little thin skin. But outside of that, it was a good program. Have a blessed night. See you all. For me, it will be the next last Tuesday. I am gone. Kingsley is already gone.
It's Feedback with host Kingsley De Freitas. This and every Tuesday night from 8 p.m. for 2 full hours. Right here on WeFM 99.9.